Hi friends. So some weeks ago, as someone died, and then in work we talked about it, and I've made a comment, and so someone said to me, who is believing on nothing or in nothing, said I can forget it, said life would go on after a week was over. And I said, oh, that's great, because I'm afraid that life goes on after this. I am very convinced about it because I have so many experiences in the metaphysic world, and so I know it. But then I thought later, said, what a poor man this is, believing in nothing and must be here in 3D. This must be like a horror trip, because all what keeps us alive sometime is that we believe in an afterlife, in life of our souls, for most people. But imagine that there is no afterlife and all our focus is here in 3D, and then people get disappointed here in 3D, don't find the lover they want to have, can live the lives they want to live, and are confronted with this reality which we don't like or don't see as joyful, That's not good. And even when it's joyful for most people, it's because they exploit other people and resources. And that has all a bad taste, And so life in 3D is, for me, personally, simply pure madness, and all what keeps me alive here in 3D, and that is somehow of a paradox, is that I know there's an afterlife of the soul. But the paradox is because, and I have to find a way, that when I die, I want to make my soul undone. So my soul can never come back into this 3D world or in any other world and play those games for any development, because those developments, that's the case, there's a soul and lived perhaps 1,000 times on these planets through the Dark Age, or way back in time of the Romans, because this soul became a slave and were killed in a slowly way, Here I live in a region in Bavaria where the Romans took around over 65 or 66% of the people and captured them and brought them to Rome, and most of them died after 3 or 4 years because the conditions for slaves were so bad, and they were treated far like I don't want to say it's more bad than animals, because animal is also a living being, and I make no differences in the worth of any living being, But they were really treated bad, and when a soul experienced that and then perhaps come back in the Dark Age, where really times wasn't funny, it all was so depressed, and not free, and the religions made a living hell for people, and brought them even mental, in a Dark Age, and then came back now, or perhaps in the First or Second War, or now, and what is it? What is that for development, And when I imagine that I will die and then come back again in any reality of 3D where perhaps people, where all the plants are gone, there's no nature on Earth, no animal life, just livestock, but no animal wildlife and no rainforest, no plants, no bees, nothing, no free animal and no free plants, just livestock. And what the man plans. What a world would it be? Cold world. And when I see now the developments, it's after Woodstock, after the hippie generation. For me, it seems like it was the last real trial, the last real revolution that life on Earth could go into a better future. Love, peace, and happiness, That's always what I like to say. And when I have correspondence with people in my mails, I always send some blessings, or I wrote love, peace, and happiness, That's my blessings to them, because it's the real thing in life. And I guess this hippie generation was in that time, in a short time after, things developed in somehow a right direction, but now things get again darker and darker, and man is creating a world which has no bright future. And I ask myself why politicians do that, because their own children will grow up in this life, in this world, in this reality, in a reality where the human spirit is fading away more and more, and humans perhaps develop to half humans and half computer chip moved, and that would go so far, but moved people, and we will see perhaps two kinds of people: the people from the poor, which are made by another nature, and the peoples from the rich. We have implants and know all the knowledges of mankind from the very first start. And so we have this superhuman, like Nietzsche said once. And I find it rather sad. But why should one reincarnate in such a world? And this is the topic. Why should we reincarnate? I don't know. So there are two possibilities. The first is that as our soul reincarnate always again and again, and set us on this cruel course, and with a total resetting from zero, so we can't remember anything, no knowledge from former lives, and no knowledge about the connection to our real self. And we always must learn. And when we get 50, like I do, and I have the luck that I met very nice people which were also on this autobahn, on this motorway. And so there was a correspondence always with them, but when we have to grow so old to get again to this point where we realize that this connection, but then we die 20, 30 years later, and then we come back and always start from point zero. This has no sense, and always have to experience all this, perhaps some happiness, but mostly loss and disappointments. This isn't the case, because when we are true to us, when I see my parents, when I see other people, at the end they all were just giving up their dreams. And when people come to the point, and it's a process of getting older, to give up their dreams, it's better to die and to go. At this very moment when you give up your dreams, it's better to die. you know. And I hope I have a problem. My Mac go to sleep. I hope this will be recorded. So anyway, on the other perspective are the religions, and when I think again, it's would be better a religion, even when I also want to die, because I don't want to be slave to any god, you know. And I also want to be always in a stage of being a human, because why should I always be an organic human than in paradise? This is somehow paradox, you know. To be in it for eternity in a paradise as a human, this is paradox. Anyway, but this wouldn't be so cruel, like a soul who is always coming back and make a reset and starting from point zero. And there is no, this is madness in eternity. Continued madness, steady madness in eternity. So, doesn't matter. Love you all, you know. I really love you. I like YouTube, and I have another site. Now it's called, oh, I forgot, it's called uploadsociety.com, and I are always also art fantasy, and now I will transfer all my wits to this site, so perhaps you will also meet me there, and wish you a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is where you are. Namaste.